I welcome all of you to my channel RNR Creations. Today we'll be talking about the 20th lesson in the Government Science Textbook, Inheritance. What is inheritance? Inheritance is the process by which genetic information is passed on from parent to child. I have included some similar instances where the parent or generations were similar to a child. For example, in the first picture, you can see a woman and her grandmother, while in the second picture, you can see the grandfather alongside with the present picture of his son, who was then a toddler beside him. And the third picture is of a father and son. The left is the father and the right side is the son. That goes the same with the fourth picture that I have included. The one with the spectacles is the father and the small one is the child. But the second picture in the fourth and last picture is the father at present and with his son, the grandson of his father. So according to the observation of the above pictures, it is relieved that most of the fathers and fathers' characteristics have passed to the next generations. But you may have found new characteristics in your brother, sister, or any other relative which is not found in any relative. When you study further about previous generations, you may find that particular characteristics in them too. These are common inherited characteristics that we inherit from our generations. For example, the skin color and the curly and straight hair, the fused or free earlobes, or the ability to fold the tongue. Non-inherited characteristics such as the growth of muscles by exercises, or in simple terms, the growth of six-packs, corns in toes, and scars on skin are some non-inherited characteristics which appear due to the changes of the environment, nutrition, exercises, and activities. The first person to study about the transmission of inherited characteristics is an Austrian priest and a science graduate, Gregor Mendel. He is honored as the father of genetics. The picture of Gregor Mendel is included here. Now, let's go on forward. Now we'll be talking about the sex determination of human. You may prefer to know how your gender is determined. This incidence is known as sex determination. We will look at how the sex is determined. There are 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs of chromosomes in a human cell. Out of those 23 pairs, 22 pairs are autosomal chromosomes and the remaining pair is the sex chromosomes. The picture on the left side is of the female and the right is of the male. We can see that females contain 2 X chromosomes and while males contains an X and Y chromosome. The 2 sex chromosomes of a female are similar in structure and shape. They are known as X chromosomes. The gender chromosomes of a male are different from each other. They are known as X and Y chromosomes. The Y chromosome is smaller than X. The X chromosome of males is similar to the X chromosome of females. A zygote with 2 X chromosomes produces a girl and Y chromosomes produces a boy. Accordingly, the factor that determines a boy is received from the father and not the mother. The probability of getting a girl or boy is 50-50%. This is how the gender is determined. I have included it in this diagram. Now we'll be talking about human inherited disorders. Genetic disorders due to sex-linked inheritance. Hemophilia. Hemophilia, which occurs due to X-linked recessive gene only present in males in the population. When a wound or cut occurs, it is essential to clot blood. At that time, when a blood clot is formed, it stops excessive bleeding. Hemophilic patients' blood does not clot, therefore, they die because of bleeding. Females act as carriers for this disease. Color blindness, red and green color blindness. This is the most common gender-linked inherited disease. The reason for this disease is a recessive gene in X chromosome. The sufferer cannot distinguish red color from green color. This is common among males and rarely occurs in females. When a colorblind female is married to a healthy male, the inheritance of color blindness is given in the below diagram. The chance to show the sex-linked inherited disease in females is low. The chance of getting those diseases in female children is high if they are married to blood relatives. I meant close blood relatives. The reason for that is the female that joined the family is most probably a carrier. This is the diagram for inheritance of color blindness. You can see how it is obtained. Now we will be talking about gene mutations and related inherited disorders. Albinism. This natural complexion occurs due to pigment called melanin. This disorder occurred due to the mutation of a gene that is responsible for the production of the above given pigment present in autosomal chromosome. The features of the disorder are the abnormal white color of skin, hair, and eyelashes. Albinism occurs when gene is present as a recessive homozygous condition. Not all humans, but animals also become albino. We can see here an albino peacock, as well as there are albino squirrels and many other animals. This is an ancient picture of an albino child with her parents. Thalassemia. This is a condition that occurs due to gene mutation in a gene responsible for the production of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is a protein that acts as a carrier for O2 transportation in blood. Due to the reduction of hemoglobin production in thalassemia patients, the main symptoms is anemia. Homozygous recessive TAT condition is disease. Heterozygous TT condition is the carrier. There are several areas in Sri Lanka with high number of thalassemia patients. The reasons for that also may be marriages between blood relatives or very close blood relatives. Mutations that can occur due to changes in chromosomes is shown below. Due to the presence of a single X chromosome, a mutation condition called Turner syndrome occurs. They are females lacking sexual maturity and mental retardation. Due to the presence of XXY as XX chromosomes, this mutated condition called Klinefelter syndrome occurs. Though they are males, they are feminized, sterile individuals. Down syndrome is a mutated condition due to the presence of 3 copies of 21st autosomal chromosome. They are short and mentally retarded. Actually, this Klinefelter syndrome is quite popular. I meant common disease. The famous president of USA, George Washington, was suspected to have such a disease. Lily Alba. He was like a sterile individual, but later that person became a female due to that disease. Veronique Francois, Caroline Renard, Caroline Corset, Castor Semenya, James Lee Curtis, Janette Mock, Ronan Foster. These are the people with that disease. We can see at the top George Washington and the other people with that disease. The one at the last corner, most below corner, is Lily Alba. Here is the picture of Lily Alba, before as a sterile feminist individual, but later her gender was changed. Actually, according to Buddhism, this condition happens due to a sin. This is not a rare sin. When the third precept or the act of sexual misconduct is done, this disease happens. This genetic disease happens. The Buddha has said that if that precept is broken, one will either be born as a person of neuter gender, or a female, or a male, but when time goes and when his age increases, his male organ eventually degrades. That is a very powerful sin, as you can see, the breaking of the third precept. I also want to note you that I will be also making future videos on the teachings of the Buddha. So be tuned in for such videos. Now I'll be talking about famous people with Turner syndrome. Now I have shown you a website on this Turner syndrome. They have also mentioned what is Turner syndrome, but I already explained. Following are some celebrities with Turner syndrome. Dr. Catherine Ward Melbourne and the American gymnast Missy Marlowe. Here. The Hollywood actress Linda Hunt. You can see they are very short and they seem to be mentally retarded. And the Scottish actress Janette Cranky. You can clearly see that she is showing the Turner syndrome. And the American singer and actress Nicole Scherzinger and Natalie Gulbis, who is a famous professional golfer from the United States who was diagnosed with Turner syndrome as a child. And this is the actress Jessica Alba. This is the Irish actress Saorise Ronan. Next, I'll be talking about the condition Down syndrome. The Down syndrome is a condition in which a person has an extra chromosome. I have stated it before. The that chromosome they determine how the baby's body performs and functions as it grows during pregnancy and after birth. I have included a picture on the Down syndrome symptoms causes. Actually, it is difficult to treat it. You can see how a face of a Down syndrome baby is and the brush field spots on its iris and the disfigured type of tongue in adults. This Down syndrome occurs, according to Buddhism, when one breaks the great precept, also known as the Mahasilpadaya in Sinhala. The great precept is that I will never take alcohol. When one takes alcohol or either dies after drinking it, one is born as this. There are three stages where the Buddha taught how a person's mind is mentally retarded. Number one, he is a type of silly person. Why did I mean silly? He does work without knowing that is bad or wrong. If it is bad, he later regrets, oh, what a fool am I to have done this. I shouldn't have done this. This was so wrong. That also happens due to this condition. While there are some people very intelligent, very wise, can remember everything, like they have good memory. Like most of our people in today's world have that disease. You may think, why do you have that? It is because you drank in your previous life, but not like these ones who are Down syndrome. You drank, but not too much. That's why it is always bad to break this precept. That's why the Buddha tried so hard to make people understand about the bad effects of breaking this precept. This breaking this precept is very dangerous. Now you can see if this precept is broken, the other precepts are can be easily broken because we are not in a state of mind where we are conscious. We are partially unconscious. These are the physical characteristics of a Down syndrome baby or a person I have included here. He has a flattened nose and face, upward slanting tongue, decreased muscle tones and birth, separated joints between the bones of the skull. And I also forgot to explain you about the third person. The third person is called a Umattaka in Buddhism. That means he's totally crazy, much more worse than Down syndrome. Now you may think, who is much more worse than the Down syndrome persons? Yes, there are people more worse than this. You can see in the mental hospitals, you can see the people who have gone crazy. Unlike the Down syndrome patients, they can't even remember things. They can't even remember if they are living even. They can't remember what they are doing even. Like they are totally unconscious or totally out of mind, unlike these persons. Even these people can at least they feel, know things, they can remember something, but not like the one who have gone crazy. So that's all of my video, and thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and be updated for more videos. Also comment and like. Thank you for watching.